The Puleng A controversy involving claims of financial malfeasance has engulfed Peter Mabe, the former director of Enviro Mobi. According to reports, Mabe continued to illegally profit from the company's assets after he resigned by authorizing large payments to himself and his colleagues. Before we continue, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so as to get all our updates. The Gauteng Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, GDARD, gave Enviro Mobi around R33.7 million, according to a probe by the Special Investigating Unit, SQ, that examined the company's bank activities. Sadly, some R15 million, roughly 45% of this total, was later transferred to Mabe, his relatives, and other organizations that were influenced by him. Subsequent investigation showed that Enviro Mobi made an estimated R18 million from the deal with GDARD, most of which was allegedly used for Mabe's personal benefit. A contract with the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality, Yemen, also brought in around R3.5 million for Enviro Mobi, of which R3 million, or about 34%, went to Mabe and his linked organizations. There are significant ethical questions raised by the alleged dubious financial transactions that occurred during Mabe's time as a member of parliament. The Code of Ethical Conduct and Disclosure of Members' Interests, which requires public officials to maintain integrity in their financial transactions and steer clear of conflicts of interest, is seen to have been broken by his conduct. Outrage has been generated by the issue as the alleged misappropriation of public monies threatens to weaken public confidence in governmental institutions, as well as the integrity of the legislative office. Calls for a comprehensive inquiry and possible responsibility for Mabe and other parties engaged in these transactions have been sparked by the SIU's findings. In order to combat corruption and guarantee openness in financial procedures, this case emphasizes the need of stringent scrutiny and adherence to ethical norms inside public agencies. Maintaining the highest standards of behavior among elected officials is crucial because the consequences of such wrongdoing may have a lasting impact on public opinion and government. Holding those accountable and making sure that such betrayals of confidence are dealt with forcefully remain the major priorities as the inquiry progresses. While authorities attempt to bring justice and clarity to this disturbing issue involving public monies and suspected corruption by a former official, the public awaits further developments. Once more, attention is now again being drawn to the University of Fort Hare's academic fraud probe, especially in relation to prominent figures like Oscar Mabuyane, the Premier of the Eastern Cape. The power to broaden its probe into claims of unmerited credentials conferred by the institution has been given to the Special Investigating Unit, SIU. This comes after President Cyril Ramaphosa signed new and updated proclamations that target national and provincial ministries connected to health, sports, the arts, and culture, as well as Fort Hare. Under proclamation now. R.84 of 2022, the SIU's first mission was to look into how honors degrees were given out at Fort Hare. The probe has been expanded to encompass bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees. Nevertheless, in light of the recent Proclamation 194 of 2024, this extension greatly broadens the investigation's purview, perhaps exposing more fraudulent activity and implicating more people. Under the direction of its administration, the institution itself applauded the enlarged inquiry. The SIU was first contacted by Fort Hare's administration in 2020 to ask for help in identifying and resolving institutional misconduct. This action implies that the institution is actively working with law enforcement to address internal academic fraud concerns. Fort Hare spokeswoman J.P. Rudd reaffirmed the university's support for the proclamation's changes, demonstrating its dedication to openness and responsibility. Oscar Mabuyane, who has been accused of getting an undeserved master's degree, is one of the well-known individuals involved in this dispute. Mabuyane attempted to have the SIU's investigation ruled illegal and took legal action to stop it. His attempt to halt the probe was unsuccessful, however, since his application to interdict the SIU was removed from the register earlier this year. Given that Mabuyane's role in the controversy may cast doubt on his trustworthiness and suitability for public service, this news might have major political ramifications. The SIU's scope has been expanded to include other government agencies in addition to academic fraud at Fort Hare.